Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'd just like to say Happy New Year because I haven't been on since before Christmas. And today I'm back in a collaboration with Gemma from the Crafty Little Gem. I'm also a Stampin' Up demonstrator based here in the UK. Yeah, and I'd just like to thank all my subscribers. And today we're going to be using this Be My Valentine suite. You get the stamp set, the papers, ribbon, and some gems. And there is a bee punch as well, which is this one here. So let's get started. I've already gone ahead and prepped some bits, so we're going to be making this. Just looks like an ordinary box, but when you actually open it, it opens up and it is a little stationery writing, I don't know what to call it, stationery bureau writing. It's got a pad, place to put stamps. I've left these cards blank in this for now, and some little tags and some little notelets. But like I said, I haven't decorated them because I just wanted to show you how to make it. And then you just pop the lid back on and it makes a nice little gift. So let's get started. You're going to need a piece of 12 by 12 paper, which we are going to, I'll score this first with my scoreboard. Oh, can't see that, can you? Yeah. Might have to come up a little bit. Sorry about this, but I am moving you while in motion. Oops, that's better. Right, we're going to score, I'll do it on the opposite side. We're going to score this at 3 and 9. And then we're going to rotate it. Do bear in mind if you're using directional paper. We'll rotate it 90 degrees. And then we'll score it at 5 and 7. I'll do the scoring and everything as we're going along. So what we need to do then is, let me just get a pair of scissors. There we go. Where you've scored it, we'll just fold and burnish these first. Like so. Seems like ages since I did a video, so I'm a bit sorry about that. The phone went. So we're going to cut up them two score lines to that first score line there. Cut up to that first score line there. And that one. So we're creating this little tab. Turn it. Do exactly the same on the opposite side. Up to that first score line. Shows a bit of a busy paper, but never mind. And then what we're going to, these two are going to fold in and create your base, like so. So we'll just go ahead and put some glue on, so that can be, oh, let me just get a new glue. go. So we just put a bit of glue on. Pop that inwards, like so. Just make sure that you can still fold up each side. You can always take a little slice off if it doesn't, if you're not good at cutting straight like me. But I just go ahead and re-burnish it. Right. Then what we need to do then is, let me just refer to my notes. We need to then cut 1 3/4 inches off the sides, off these two sides here. We need to cut 1 3/4 inches off. So let me just get my trimmer. And what I tended to do is put it in 1 3/4 there. Make sure you don't, you can, let me just fold that out the way, that'll be better. Oh, I can tell I haven't done one for a while. Right, 1 3/4, and then cut. There we go. Turn it round. Down at, under you go. Down at the bottom. Make sure it's straight. 1 3/4. Now you should have something that looks like that. Okay. Then what we need to do is take your scoreboard, and then these two that are longer than everything else, you're going to score it at 1 inch and 11, like so. And then we're just going to fold those in.
Sorry, I don't know that one.
Alexa listening in my conversation again. Right, so you just need to fold those in on themselves. So this is your top, and this is going to be your bottom, which I've done it again. That should have been the top. It should have been that way, but never mind, it's okay. Right, so then we're going to glue these down. Like so. Not quite straight. You have to make sure that they're straight, otherwise it won't line up when you come to make the whole thing. So then basically that is going to be like that. Right, so you can put that to one side for now. You're then going to need, I'll bring the scoreboard back in. You're then going to need a piece which is 10 1/8 by 6 1/8, and you score that at 2 inch on every side. So 2 inch. You're better off rotating it, otherwise it can go slightly off. 2 inch 2" and 2". We shall just fold and burnish these. This is the lid. And what we're going to do is, can you see I've just, oh, you can't see. I've just drawn a faint pencil line from corner to corner. Because what we're actually going to do is we're going to cut the corners off. Like so. You can draw a faint pencil line if you're not confident of cutting. But on all 4 corners, just cut diagonally across. These are going to create your tabs. Then what we're going to do is, now then, let me get this right because I did mine wrong. Yeah. Cut up each score line. Like so. Like that. Because these are going to actually fold in like so and create your lid. But what we're going to do before we put the lid together is put the DSP on. And then I'll concentrate on doing the inside of the box. So what you need is DSP of a 5 3/4, 5 3/4 by 1 3/4, and they are going to, you need 3 of those, 1 for the top and 1 for each side. And then you need 2 pieces which are 1 3/4 inch squared for the 2 ends, like that. So we'll go ahead and we'll glue those down. Oh, it's so cute. That's the opposite side. Yeah. So I'll just go ahead and glue these down. I'm trying to make, oh, I've gone and done the opposite side. Oh, well, we'll have to have a bee on top. That's because I've just showed you the bees it were meant to be. Pardon the pun. Right, like so. A bit much glue. Let's get it right this time. Just makes it easier if you put these on now before you actually glue the tabs in. It's also easier if you use a non-directional paper. Go. And then this one. I will link Gemma's channel down below. So there we go. So now what we need to do is need to put a bit of glue on these 4 triangle pieces. Do 2 at once. Probably a bit easier. And just make sure that they line up with, you get a nice neat edge. Like so. I'll just run my ball folder in. I can rub my pencil. I just did that to show you guys what the measurements were, and plus then I didn't forget. Got a memory like a goldfish. Right, but before I glue this side down, I am just going to put the box together, which is, let's just get one side on first, like that, and then I can let the box go slightly, and then we can get a nice tight fit on the box. Just put them two in, like that. There we go. It's just then we know it all fits before we actually glue anything together, which it does. So I shall just keep hold of that slightly, put a bit of glue. On this side. There we go. Like I said, just try and get the edge as neat as you can. There we go. Just spread all that glue out. So, I mean, it doesn't matter. Well, I think it does actually, does it? Yeah, it does. My paper is now upside down on my front, which it should have been, and the right way up is on the back. But it should, that's why I said it's easier if you don't use directional paper. So now I should just pop the lid on. See what I mean? I'm not put mine. What am I doing? What am I doing? Right. There we go. More fingers and thumbs because I haven't done one for a while. Summer. Right. So there we go. So then what we need to do then is we need to recreate these, these, and the pocket there at the back. So let's just move that scoreboard for a moment. Right, my measurements are. So then we need a, this is for the inside pocket, the main pocket. You need a piece that is 8.5 by 4 1/4. Got a bit shadow, it seems to have gone a bit dark all of a sudden. And we are going to score it at, scoreboard back out, I didn't need to put it away really, did I? We score it at 1 1/4 inches on 3 sides. So 1 1/4, 1 1/4, and 1 1/4. Just fold and burnish these. I'm just going to cut away. We're going to cut these 2 squares out at either side. So I'm just going to angle it slightly, but keep that one straight. So I've angled the bottom one, but kept the side straight. These scissors aren't doing very well. Let me get my other ones. There they are. Couldn't see them earlier. Right. They'll be better. These are the Stampin' Up snips. That's better. Right, so cut that one straight across. And then just take a little, not too much, just a little tiny wedge. Like so. And then a piece of DSP at 5 3/4 by 2 3/4, which is going to go in the centre there. So I'll just go ahead and glue that before I put it inside. It does make it easier if my glue seems to be coming out a bit fierce because it's new. And there we are, like so. Ooh, we're shaking. Put that to one side for the minute. And then what we're going to do is, so this is your front with the 2 folded sections, and this is going to be there, like so. That's going to go in there like that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use some tear and tape with a little bit of the wet glue. I find it easier because the wet glue gives you that bit of wiggle room, but the tear and tape just seems to hold it in place. You can just use wet glue, you can just use tear and tape, it doesn't make any difference. This is just my personal preference. There we go. So I shall just burnish those. Make sure they're well stuck down. My tool pick. And I find out where she's gone. Nope. Is the one on end of that? Wasn't end of that? No, they're the scoring tool. Lost my tool pick. Strange. Oh, I'll use this one, it's okay. Right, so I'm just going to take those off, release the backing paper, like so. And then I'm just going to put a little bit of wet glue over. Not too much, just a tiny bit, just to strengthen it really. And then what I did is I lined that up with that like that. And then I lined the sides. I found that the easiest way to do it, because if you try and stick your sides in first, somehow it just doesn't want to play ball. So there we go. I'll just smooth those out. like that. And then what we're going to do is going to create 2 little pockets that go here. So they are, you need a piece 5.5 inch by 2 inch and a piece of DSP 3.25 by 1 3/4. And then what we're going to do is we score this at 1/4 inch and 1 inch, 4.5 and 5, or you can just rotate it and do 1/4 and 1 again. And then we fold and burnish those. Fold and burnish. Make sure you get a nice crease on these, because these are going to be the pockets and you need them to fold. There we go. Like I said, I'm putting the DSP on before I glue anything down because it does make it easier. So that's your DSP, which is 3.25 by 1 3/4. And then this is going to go, we don't need a base on because your pocket base is already this section here. So we are going to put some glue on there. You're only going to glue 1/4 of the tab, like so. And then line that edge up with that edge there. And just give it a press. Now that's the easy, she says. Line that edge up there. Perhaps I shouldn't have glued that because I'm now getting myself full of glue. Right. There we go. And then we tuck that one in. Try and get it as square as you can. Just make sure it goes to the bottom. Just put your finger behind and run your bone folder up. So there, that's one pocket. Leave that to dry for a couple of minutes, and then we'll go on to the next pocket, which is this one here. Let me just check I've got the right one, because I've got another one that, yeah. So you need a piece which is 4.5 by 2 inch, 4.5 by 2 inch, and a piece of DSP which is 2.25 by 1 3/4. And you do exactly the same. You score at 1/4 inch and 1 inch. So 1/4, 1, 1/4, 1. Don't forget to rotate. Or you do it at 3.5 and 4. And then you do exactly the same. You just fold and burnish. So you're creating that 1/4 inch tab. Your DSP. The DSP. Bit of glue on each tab. Oh. Then you're going to marry that one up to that, like so, and just make sure that that one is at the edge, and then this one let's just square it up. I'd use wet glue on this because it gives you the bit of a little bit of wiggle room. I mean, if somebody has an easier way of doing it, then that's fine, but I found this easy. So there we go. So there's your 2 pockets, like that. Then you need a piece, put that back out the way. We need a piece that is 3 inch by 2 inch, and a piece of DSP, which is 1 3/4 by 1 1/4. And exactly the same, you score this at 1/4 of an inch on 3 sides. So 1/4, rotate, 1/4, rotate, 1/4. And this is going to create another little pocket at the front. So then what we do is we fold and burnish those again, like so. But we're going to remove the 2 little tabs. Now I've just left them, I left mine square because they're only small, but remove the score line, like so. Just remove those. And then your DSP. Like that. Now this is going to create a stamp pocket. It's like a little writing bureau, I would say. But what I'll do is I'll just fold them 2 in, and that up on itself. I will get covered in glue. And you put it the opposite way, because when you put your front up, if you put it that way, everything will fall out. So I am just going to pop this in line with that pocket. Roughly about that. I mean, you can put it wherever you want, but I'm going to put it there. Oh, got a bit of glue. It'll rub off after. Like that. And what I've done is, this is a little notebook which I have made. I just got a piece of white card, some backing card, and I cut some sheets of paper and made a little notebook. And what I did is I put the sheets of paper and then put some PVA glue along the top to create, so you can tear them off. So, and then just put a piece of DSP, which this is 2 1/4 inches by 4 inches. And that is just going to pop there. But I also did make, I didn't know whether to actually glue it in like I've done with the other one, or to put a belly band in so you can remove it, which oh, excuse me, which I think is what I will do. So the belly band for this is 6 inches by 3/4 of an inch. So I shall just wrap it over the top and then position it where I want. So I will put it about there, like so. There we go. And then put a bit of glue on this end. You don't want it too tight because you do want to be able to remove it. So I shall just pop that in there like so. Can go in a little bit. There we go. And there is my little, I will embellish it in a minute. There it is. Then, what else? Piece of, I've got a pen. That's fine, I think. Yeah. I've also got a pen. Now in these pens you can buy on the internet and you unscrew them. So you end up with that. And then you can cut a piece of corresponding paper. Corresponding paper. Oh, do I do that one? No, we'll do this one. And I will cut it at 3/4 of an inch. And see if that wraps around the inside barrel. Okay, well, you just need to roll it if you can. Like so. Can be, they are a bit fiddly, but once they're done they look nice because they correspond with whatever you've made. So then you just get it and you pop it inside as far as it'll go, and there you go. And then you just cut it off wherever it is, like that. Then you pop your pen in and you screw the top back on. So there you are, you have a corresponding pen. So that will go, oh, my pen's a little bit big, but you get the idea. I thought it was, I haven't took into account the side. Yeah, you'd need a smaller pen than the one I've got. But then you need a strip, which is, I would say 1/4 of an inch. Yes. And we're just going to, if I take that off, it will, no, that's not going to work. Sorry about that, that's not going to work. But anyway, you get the idea. You can put a pen holder there. So now we are, she says, when she finds, I'm sure we've got the borrowers in here. I have a small box, the one that I made. There we are. So what you can do is you can just put some cards in, like that. You can decorate your cards however you want. There. Now I haven't actually made some tabs to go in, but you get the idea. Is you create some tabs like that, so they're going there, some little gift tabs, and you put some ribbon on. I will use, while I'm on camera, I will use the double oval punch, and I will create for the front. Oh, it does come out, yes. I'm quite surprised really, but it worked. I shall pop that on there. So I've just punched out the two. Pop a bit of glue on the back. Come on. Pop that roughly about there. And then you do get, see I've just had a bit, you do get some embellishments. But let me show you before I just do that. Let me just show you the stamp set. So you've got Be Mine, I Love You No Matter What, Happy Valentine's Day, You're as Sweet as Honey, You'll Always Be the One for Me, You Make My Heart Buzz, Love You, and then you get Any Days, a photo polymer one. But it is very versatile. Them are the bee wings, and then what you would do is you would stamp that in the yellow, stamp that in black over the top of that, and then you've got your flowers and your hearts and your honeycomb and the faces for the bees and the antennae and the little buzz line. So I've already gone ahead and created my little bee and my little sentiment. So let's pop that back in. You do everything off camera and everything works perfectly. You come to do something on camera and it won't work. So there. So yeah. And then you get some little embellishments with the sweet. So I shall just take them out, they're rustling away from the camera. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get a tip and I shall put a little flower on there, like so, and a little yellow lovite on the bottom of the belly band. So then put that on and we shall pop the lid on like that. You see. And what I've done then is, on this one I used a totally different stamp set. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a circle out using a 2 3/8 hole punch. And let me get some paper corresponding. Yes. Is that big enough? Not quite. Yes. No, won't even attempt that one. I will get a piece of I didn't think this one through. I think I can get one out of that piece. There. And I shall pop my bee on there. No, I won't. This is what I shall just put my bee on there with some dimensionals to one side and my sentiment there. Let me just get some dimensionals. And we are nearly done. I might just back that onto some. Where is my little oval punch that I've just had? There. I've just decided while I'm on camera to do something completely different. I'm just going to put that sentiment on one of the ovals. And my fingers are full of glue. There. I'll just put some glue on there. Shall pop him there. And then a couple of more dimensionals. And I think we are done. Like I said, I haven't gone ahead and decorated the cards or anything because I'll do that off camera. Otherwise they would take far too long. And put a little Mr. Buzzy Bee there. And there we have it. There's your little stationery box. So you open it up using the Be Mine suite, and then you've got like a little writing. Everything in one place. Ideal gift. I will change those and I will decorate these. But yeah, there you go. Place for stamps. I might even just put a flower. No, that doesn't look right. Put a heart. Right, what's on there? But I'll put it that way around. No, put it that way around. There we go. So yeah. There. Hope you like what I've made, and I will see you all next time.